If you want to learn to grind on roller skates, this is where it all begins. The 50/50 is the foundation for learning every other truck-based grind on quad skates. You learn this one, you unlock the potential to learn so many other tricks that we will walk through together on this channel. So make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for future tutorials. But first, let's walk through the 50/50 and get you grinding. Before we even touch a ledge or a rail or anything, we're gonna start on flat ground and learn how we're gonna stack our feet. This trick can be done two ways. You can have your feet stacked right in front of left or left in front of right. It doesn't matter if the obstacle is on your left or on your right. You can stack your feet different ways and see which way is more comfortable for you. So that's what we're gonna do first, is figure out which foot is gonna be our lead foot on these 50/50s. Some people can do these both ways, but one of them is definitely gonna feel more comfortable. For me, with the obstacle on my left, that is my right foot coming over and being in front. So stand parallel to a ledge and just practice jumping from feet squared to feet stacked and find which one feels more comfortable. You really want to focus on that heel-toe connection, getting your feet nice and close together, your knees nice and close together and squared underneath you. All right, now we're ready to start approaching the ledge. And before we start jumping at the ledge, we want to talk about how your feet are actually going to lock onto this ledge. So stand next to it and just go ahead and place your closed foot up next to it. You want to feel that point where your wheels touch the outside of this square ledge and find that middle ground where you're touching your trucks. You don't want to be fully rolling on these wheels on top, and you don't want to be falling off the edge. There's this really nice middle ground where your outside wheels are locked in. You're on the metal of the trucks, and you can stand in that position and put your front foot in there and feel out that lock-in point. Just practice this as much as you need to. Small curbs are great for this. Small square boxes are perfect for this. Definitely suggest starting on square box with a metal edge. Really makes it easy to have that tactile feel, that lock-in of your wheels on the outside, that metal and metal of your truck on top. All right, with every grind, we're gonna approach it with a crawl, walk, run approach. So before we add any speed, we're gonna add 0 speed and stand next to the obstacle, parallel with it, jump up onto it and feel that lock-in point. The goal here is to absolutely freeze. As long as you can hold that pose on the ledge in that lock-in position, the longer you can hold it, the better. That's gonna help you balance out your grinds in the future once you actually start using momentum. So 0 speed, standing parallel with the ledge with our feet square. I like to have about 1 foot distance, the width of 1 foot away from the ledge, just so it's a nice, easy jump. We're doing a lateral jump and down. That's all we're looking for here. And like I said, the longer you can hold it out on top of the ledge, the better your balance is gonna be in the long run. So 0 speed, knees bent, lock in, jump off. That's all we're looking for at this point. 0 speed, lock in, jump off. Miss the lock, put it in, jump off. Just practice the entry and exit every time. Even if you miss the lock a little bit, pull it in. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Once you've got to that point and mastered the stalling step, you're ready to start adding a little bit of a run up, little speed, little slide. So once you start adding a little bit of momentum, you're gonna expect to grind a little bit forward. So to make this easiest on ourselves, I like to ride parallel to the obstacle up until the very end with just a little bit of speed, jump up, jump off. So you're feeling out that momentum, you're feeling out how close you need to be to the ledge. You have that whole time to think about it and get yourself set straight. And then you just want to feel out a little baby grind at the end. So we're really only grinding maybe a foot, but we're feeling out that forward momentum, which is going to be hugely helpful. So we're going a little faster. Got a little more slide that time, missed the lock in a little bit, but we fix it. Jump off every single time. Practice the entrance, the exit. You're ultimately gonna keep building muscle memory, improve each time, think about what you're doing wrong, and you can correct each time between turns. And just like that, you're doing your first baby 50-50s. Let's add a little more speed and a little more distance. Gonna jump on sooner. Boom. So again, gradually increasing speed, gradually increasing our distance for grinding. Let's add just a little bit more speed to our approach. Jump on, jump off. All right, let's go for a whole half of the ledge. Pretty good speed, halfway there. Oop, landed fakie, bonus points. So we crawled with stalls and we started walking by doing some slow approaches, grinding a little bit more of the ledge each time. Now it's time to run at this thing. We're gonna give it full speed, try to get the full length of the ledge, practicing all the same things we have been the whole time. Jumping parallel, locking your feet in the right position, practicing that balance point, and trying to hold the grind the whole way. A few important tips to remember at this point as we're trying to slide the whole obstacle. Don't look at your feet the whole time you're grinding. Look at the end of the obstacle that you want to get to. Your eyes will tell you where your body's gonna go, so look at the end of the obstacle and you should make it there. I mentioned your knees earlier. They play a really pivotal role in helping you balance out grinds. If you're finding yourself pulling off of the ledge one direction or on top of the ledge, look at your knees and see how you can keep them stacked and centered. Loose knees, strong core will really help you stay balanced, but your knees are gonna lead and your feet are gonna follow. So if you're pulling off the ledge, make sure your knee is pulling in nice and square on top of the ledge. The knees lead, the feet follow thing gets really important when you're doing things like royales. Pointing out the position of your knees, making sure that's really exaggerated will get your feet in the right position they need to be in for the grind and balance point you're trying to find. All right, so let's do some full length, full speed 50-50s. All right, so we're getting nice and comfortable with these. Might also want to practice, if you can, taking it to fakie just to get yourself even more comfortable with these. Doesn't hurt to try different landings out of it, spinning out of it, ultimately gonna make you feel more comfortable with it. All right, so you've mastered this trick on the ledge. What makes it different on a rail? Going from a 90-degree square coping to a round coping, there's a few different feelings to consider. One, that lock-in point is really similar, but instead of feeling your foot kind of rest squarely on that 90-degree angle, you've kind of got this roll point with both feet. Just kind of think of that Tony Hawk Special thing where you have to find that center point balance to keep your manual. Same is true with the rail. It's a lot easier to fall off to the side. As your wheels hit the lock point on the inside, they can fall off the top and to the outside. So it's even more important to find our knees stacked center square of balance on rails than it is on ledges. The goal is always to get our balance on the center and then come back off on the side that we entered on. So something like that. Lock, lock, and back down. So practice that on rails, PVC rails, P rails, whatever you have. From there, we pretty much want to approach this exactly the same as we did the ledge. Crawl, walk, run. So we're gonna start with 0 speed at a part of the rail we feel comfortable with. If there's any feet on the rail, avoid those feet, get nice and centered next to the rail and practice jumping up. Again, don't be afraid to fall off on the wrong side, but we're just gonna jump up, jump down. Practice that lock in, that balance, freeze for as long as you can, and then jump off. See if we can hold it for a few seconds. 3, boom. All right, we crawled with stalls. Now we're going to walk. Let's roll past half the rail, find the end of it, jump on, jump off. Just like we did last time, keep doing that until we start to feel comfortable with it. At that speed, at that distance. Practice, 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 build that muscle memory, and then start adding a little more speed, a little more grind. Just like that, you're doing half the rail at half speed. Let's do that a couple times. And then you're ready to build up some speed. Start a little earlier. And then we can go full speed, full rail. And just like that, you're doing your first 50-50 grinds, not only on ledges, but also on rails. Stick with this one, get super comfortable with it, because like I said at the beginning, this one unlocks every other grind trick on roller skates. You switch to one foot, you turn your other foot 90 degrees, your back foot 90 degrees, and you're doing a whole different trick. We're gonna cover all of those in tutorials on this channel. If you guys are struggling with any parts of the 50-50, let me know in the comments below what you're needing help with, and I'll do my best to chime in and see if we can get you grinding. Because in the next video, we're gonna learn the box grind. We'll see you there.